this lecture, we're going to focus on the Midjourney page. You know how to use the Discord right now, so let's take a look at the page. At the top, we will have the option to explore. As well, you can see the tab likes. So any picture you will like directly will be moved to your likes folder. And in explore, you will notice different artists, different people, imagination created with the Midjourney. If you want to see your own work, you have to go to the Organize tab, and you will notice different options how you can structure your work. So you can create, for example, folders for it. As well, you can create the profiles, and you will have multiple type of the filters, for example, by the version, by the image size. As well, you can select the one you liked, and in the view option, you can change between the square or the full image. As well, you can have the different image size, basically the standard option. And below that, you will notice option chat. Here you will get some kind of inspiration. You can see different people prompts, for example. In general chaos, basically you will see everything created up to the date. And as well, you can have access to the prompt craft window, which is most likely for more advanced users. Again, it's really good for inspiration before you start working with Midjourney on your own project. Then you have something new, which is the edit option. However, to have access to it, you would need to have yearly membership or create 10,000 pictures on the Midjourney. As well, everyone who was subscribed for the past 12 months will have the access to it. Unfortunately, it's not available for me. However, it's more advanced option, so we're not going to discuss it. And as well, you have personalized options. So if you have different plan, I have just standard plan, you can create your own Midjourney bot and you can train it. It can be very useful if you decide to work with Midjourney like something as a very important tool in your pipeline. Okay, just take a look at some pictures which we explored. If you look at them, you will see three different icons, right? So one will be used as image prompt. You can use the prompt from the image as well. You can search for this specific image. So let's try the last one. So once you click, now you will see different variation of the same prompt or the same image, right? In that specific example, we have the pyramids. So now I selected this image. As you can see, it was added to my window with the tab. So I can use as style reference. Okay. I can also use a character reference. In that case, we don't have characters, so it's not good for us. And the last option is use as image prompt. And you can add something to your prompt right now. It will be created very similar way like we used the blending mode before. So let's say I want to add the forest in autumn to our picture. And if you go to the right, you will open the window with different options. As you remember, in Discord, you have to prompt specific command. Here on the page, you can actually select the image size. Let's say we go with 16:9. You have the mode, the standard in RAW, you have version. Like you remember, we selected, for example, the Niji version. You can use also personalized mode. And then you have the stylized, which is S, from 0 to 1000. Weirdness, that's quite interesting, especially if you want to create something very creepy. I found it very, very good. And the last one, it will be the variety, just like on the Discord, right? And obviously the speed of creation your picture. So once we start creating, you have to go to the Create tab. And here you will see your progress. Okay, that's quite interesting. So we actually have our atom forest and we also have the pyramids in our picture, right? It's just example, but you can clearly notice with some tweaks, it may works really, really good. Depends what do you need to create for your specific project. Okay, go back to the Explore, and now we're going to use the second option, which is Edit Prompt, and you will see your prompt will appear in your window. So let's say you will choose that picture, you will see black and white brush strokes, Studio Ghibli stylized, minus stylized 250, right? So you can actually see the other artists, other people prompt, and you can use them for your own creation. Now again, you can change the size of the image, you can change all the settings. It's just up to you. So let's go maybe like 500 stylized, and let's just try to create based on the prompt we got from the other creator's picture. Okay, so third one looks very interesting. I really like it. It looks really, really great. So as you can see, it's very interesting tool, and Midjourney has basically infinite options. As you can see, I created a few more pictures below, and all of them has their own prompts on the right side, and you can use this prompt. So all you have to do on the page, you don't have to copy, you just click on the prompt and it instantly will be added to your window. Honestly, I prefer to use Page. In the past, it hasn't been so good. Mostly Discord was like the best solution. Right now, the Page is very, very good. And many artists are using the Page actually right now. It's very fast, you have a lot of the options, and I really like the interface. Okay, when you click any picture you created, also you notice different options to work with this picture. You remember like before, so you have this option to vary, subtle and strong. Then we can upscale. With creative mode and subtle mode, you can also remix your picture with small differences or larger differences. Okay, when you click it, you will see your picture with the small tab, right? One tab remix. And you can just change your prompt. Then you have the panning option, like we discussed on the Discord. So we can add part of your picture on any side you decide. You can zoom. Then you can also rerun and go with the editor if you want. So I'm going to show you how it works with editor. It's quite similar to the way the AI Photoshop works right now. So let's say I want to replace some part of the picture. So I go to the editor mode. Now I'm going to paint it. Let's say I'm going to paint these trees, right, with our brush. And I want to replace them in our picture. So all you have to do is just select the area. As well, you can add something to your prompt if you want. So let's just type deep fog. Yep, should be fine. And we can add also the realistic and submit. Let's see. Go back to the create tab just to see the result. And you can see Midjourney is actually replacing the part of the images I selected with the new version of it. So we'll have more realistic trees right now. Yes, it looks much better. You need to experiment. Don't be afraid to try different settings. Just create dozens of different pictures until you'll be happy with the final result. And the last one is use in prompt. Just like with the picture, you can use the image option, add to input as image. You can use the style. As well, you can copy the whole prompt, right? Directly here. So as you can see, using a page is very fast and is pretty well optimized. So now I'm going to use the style, let's say, of this picture I created before. And once I click the prompt, also I will add the prompt, which is a moody misty forest in autumn covered in fog, cloudy mist, faint atmosphere. And I'm going just to change the stylization. Maybe we can work a bit with the variety. And let's see what Midjourney will create for us. Okay, I like the result. It's very interesting. So we have now 4 different versions. Each of them is interesting. They are similar, but in the same time, much different. I like the way Midjourney created it. There are some hallucination between the leaves, for example. If you take a closer look, you will notice like the red and the gray one doesn't actually compile perfectly. But you can just rerun the whole process. You can re-edit again and just do it as long as you were going to get the perfect one. Okay, and for our project specifically, I wanted to create something based off cyberpunk. So the easiest way to do it, I just went to the Google, searched for any picture from cyberpunk, and I just made the screen save of it, right? And you can paste it. If you copy, you can just directly paste it into the Midjourney in the top. So it's going to be used as a reference, right? So use as image prompt. That's the option I select. Or we can select use as a style reference. So in that case, let's just use it as a style reference. I already created the image, so I have already prompt, as you can see. I need to check the settings 16:9 and let's just create it. Okay, it's not exactly what I wanted. It's much different. However, as you can see, there is a lot of options you can work with, right? So before I created quite interesting picture, it took me like some time to find the perfect settings for it. As you can see, cyberpunk city at night, wide camera angle shot from road, multiple neon buildings, dark shadows, Unreal Engine 5 DSLR camera, cinematic lighting. And they are the previous version, and the final version is something like that. And that's actually the one I'm going to use in our project. As well, I wanted to show you different prompts and the options I used to create some interesting pictures.